Today is May 31st, correct?
It is.
And we are on time today, which is
almost
exhilarating. And we have with us today Ken Haas, as always, our host. And joining us today, Neil Patterson.
Hi, my name is Neil.
We started doing this together when we were in Livonia. For a long time, we were in the western Detroit suburbs. Reverend was
2009.
Yeah.
You came out to a Watt gig in downtown Brown was opening, and you said, "You need to be playing my shit." Those were your exact words. You need to be playing my shit.
Yeah, that sounds like something I would do.
Eloquent, Ken. Very eloquent. Yep.
But that time flew by.
It's all flying by. It's fucking nuts. Yeah, to think that I've been playing Reverend guitar since 2010.
Yeah.
I think 2010 is when I got my first one. Yep.
They're senseis, volcanoes. I know one in particular we patched back together a number of times as it went flying through the air at various venues.
Yeah, I snapped the headstock off of a volcano twice, and Zach Green put it back together.
Yeah, I remember.
Twice.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
And big Railhammer fan too from the beginning, because you were a EMG user, you were an 85 user for a really long time. One of the things Joe was thinking about with these pickups is having the same kind of output that you can, the same type bottom end that you can get out of an 85 without the high end sounding shrieky.
What's funny is I used to bring my Reverend Sensei with the EMG 81 and 85 in and over here, and you would just make fun of me. You'd be like, "What are you?"
Yeah, totally.
Like, what are you doing with these fucking pickups? And I'm just like, because I just didn't know any better, Ken. I was, I'm not the smartest dude in some aspects of life, and you had to explain to me, like, listen. It's compressing the signal to a point where every single note you hit sounds exactly the same. So there's no, what's the word? There's no like...
Dynamic?
Yeah, dynamic range. Yeah. And it didn't really click in my brain until I switched over to the Railhammers, and then I did a live album. And when I listened back to the guitar on the live album, it fucking sings. And these are passive pickups. How is it possible? Science
and technology.
Yeah, it's cool. But yeah, Joe does great shit. It's nice.
Yeah, man. I want to try to talk about how you got here from being in bands for so long. I mean, this is a little crazy compared to what we usually do here. Honestly, and usually guys, because you're not a spring chicken either. I mean, I already told everybody that how long we go back.
I'm 43 years old.
See? And I find that...
I have arthritis.
A lot of people are very weary of technology. And
I was the same way.
And I see people, sticking to their guns on things. And what you've done with your career in your 40s was well, you tell the story. I'm not going to fucking tell the story.
Okay, I was always a dude that was like... If I go see a musician play and it isn't three people playing instruments and drums, then it's not fucking music. And that was the way I always looked at it. I was like, this band has backing tracks. Fuck them. And now, I mean, I have backing tracks, dude. And I'm a solo performer that uses backing tracks. And I play guitar and I sing over backing tracks. Once the pandemic hit, I was like, oh, my life is over. My whole life revolved around being a dude in a van, playing shows with 2 other dudes, 3 other dudes on stage. To me, that was everything life, that was all life was. You get in this mindset. You see other bands like Coffin Cats, especially being from Detroit.
Yeah.
It's very inspiring. You're like, I want to do what they do. And then so I started doing what they do. And you just get into this mode where you're like, this is the only way to do music, is to get in a van with a couple dudes. And when the pandemic happened, that flipped everything on its fucking head. And I started live streaming myself playing music. And then when I started doing shows again, everything got really expensive somehow. And it's getting more and more expensive to keep a band going. And I just stopped doing the band. And now I fucking drive around with this weird machine. I listen to audiobooks. I drive around by myself. I sell my own merch. I play the show as a solo performer. And then I keep all the money at the end, and then I get a hotel room. I sleep in hotels now. It blows my fucking mind. Because it used to be 3 or 4 dudes getting on stage being like, can we crash on your floor? Because we were poor. And I'm not rich, but I'm more comfortable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so the pandemic was a trying time for a lot of people, but it also, I think it breeded a little bit of innovation for musicians where they realized I don't have to carry around a giant I don't have to carry around a 4x12 or an 8x10 Ampeg. Like the modeling thing kind of came up and bubbled up. I went on tour with these two guys called The Garden, these two brothers, and they play with backing tracks, and drums and bass.
Yeah.
And they were selling out mid-sized venues, like anywhere between 1,600 and 2,300 kids. They weren't like, where's the guitar player? They didn't give a fuck. They were rocking the fuck out. And the opener, this is when the light bulb really clicked. The opener for The Garden was a dude playing like a sample pad and a vocalist. And they were like mosh pitting to that. And I'm like, wow, the kids don't give a fuck. So now, people mosh pit to the stuff that I do. And it's just me being like, okay, who's ready to hear the next song? And then we start this. And then I'm like, okay, let's get the front door. And then people are moshing. It's just my dumbass and not a whole band. I couldn't have predicted it. I hated electronic music. But now, dude, I make fucking electronic music. I just put out a song. It sounds like this. Yeah. So it's like I make music with keyboards. I make music with samples.
Why did you tease me like that? Let's hear the song.
Yeah, so that's that.
Amazing.
That's more like of a synth-driven one. There's ones where I do a lot of like riffing and guitar soloing. I might do one of those later.
So do you record all the backing tracks and so obviously you're putting a lot of effort into it. Christ,
I produce everything you hear on the track. I make the beat. I produce. Do all the guitars and the overdubs and the vocals and everything, and then I take it to a studio. I got Toby in Plymouth, Michigan at Plymouth Rock Studios. Yeah, Toby, I've been working with him since the 90s. So yeah, I put the track together and I get a nice beefy backing track, and then I go out and I play in front of audiences and sell t-shirts. I do everything you do with a band, except I do it by myself. It's me farting around in my studio, coming up with songs that I like, and then telling jokes and being silly. And I got a ska song, I got a funk song, I got all types of weird stuff. So yeah, it's like, I have every genre you could think of. Silly songs, serious songs. Yeah.
And you got a new Roundhouse.
Yeah, and I got a Reverend Roundhouse. When you guys put out the photos of this and I saw the top, because I'm a big Prince fan, and I saw this top, which it's almost purple.
Yeah.
It's almost blue. It's somewhere in the middle. Periwinkle.
Periwinkle.
Yeah, so I told myself I have to have this.
Yeah.
And now I do. And it's already got a ding in it, so I know I'm...
So it's for real now.
It is for real.
Did it have the ding when you got it, or did you add the ding?
No, I added the ding.
All right, good.
Yeah.
Even better. You choose to play our guitar, therefore you are an endorser. And anybody that is choosing to use Reverend, you are endorsing what we're trying to accomplish. You're calling this SUMPP, by the way. How did the word SUMPP come about?
Oh, I always wanted to do a group that had a one-syllable name, like Gwar or Ween. And SUMPP is a thing that my friends and I have said to each other for like a decade. SUMPP. It's stupid. So I was like, hey, I was like,
SUMPP, 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 SUMPP,
SUMPP.
so that's what it's called, yeah. And I have it printed on a bunch of shit now. It's a brand. It's wild. It's just some dumb shit I used to say, and now I am on stage.
SUMPP.
So yeah.
I have your record. What's the thing on the cover?
The guy I went to art school with,
Yeah.
he just sends me these images. And he's one of the most talented dudes I know. He sends me these fucked up images, and he's like, use this. And he just sent that to me, and I'm like, that's the album cover. Yeah, so that's Songs in the Key of SUMPP, and essentially what that is during the pandemic, I recorded 60-something songs, and it's just a compilation of me fucking around, essentially. But the thing is, now that I kind of have a better idea of what I'm doing, like the track I just played is more produced. What you're holding right there is pretty much the zenith of the idea. A guy in his one-bedroom apartment losing his mind and making up stupid ska songs in his bedroom, you know?
Having a good time on a Sunday night.
That's, yeah. Having a good time on a Sunday night. Trying to entertain people on the internet. And then also when I listened to that, I was like, holy shit, I was in a bad place. And this kind of saved my life in a weird way. Me goofing off and making up a bunch of songs, saying random shit and gobbledygook, and it really kind of got me through it. It's not just silliness, it's therapy. That's what I tell people. It's true though.
I got you.
It's literally
I understand.
how
Yeah,
I
man.
deal with it. Because if you go on the news, the world is a horrific place, especially right now, and it seems it's like we're doomed. So what do? You have to escape from it somehow. Music is a great way to escape. And I'm trying to escape on the daily because this shit is terrifying. The shit I do has a goofy comedic slant to it, but I'm singing about my life. It's you know, what do they say? If you don't laugh, you cry, kind of thing. Like I could play a song, and that's an example of that. If you want me to. All right, here's okay. So when I was a kid, my dad slept on the couch, and I kind of had a weird childhood because my dad was mean. So I wrote a song called "My Dad Slept on the Couch," and it goes like this. Yeah. And so this is like what I do. So you play the stupid music, and then you tell the story. When I was a little kid, I went to the sleepover party at the other kid's house, and I would be like, hey, your parents sleep in the same fucking room. That's kind of weird. That's kind of weird. My dad doesn't sleep with my mom. And I always wondered why their dad wasn't on the couch. Because mine was. My dad slept on the couch. My dad slept on the couch.
My dad slept on the couch. My dad slept on the couch.
He didn't want to get that surgery. 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 So that's the song. It's about how he had sleep apnea and he refused to get the surgery to fix it, and the entire family fell apart. And yeah. But it's a bad memory that I turn into a goofy song.
Dad slept on the couch.
So yeah, that's it. That's one of my goofy therapy songs. But then there's songs about songs about werewolves and
That was fucking amazing.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. Some people dig it.
I dig it.
Some people are like, get another band together and have someone else write the lyrics. I'm just like, dude, I'm telling my story, man.
Dad slept.
And the problem with me, I'm a stubborn guy. I could do something that would put me in front of a lot of people that I would be successful doing. But instead, I'm like, no, I have to make my own goofy shit. And I've done that for 20 plus years.
Dad slept on the couch.
And it's important to me because this is the thing. It's like if you're gonna be alive, you gotta tell your story. I'm not gonna have someone else write my lyrics for me. I'm an artist. You may not like it. You may not think what I do has any artistic merit or value, but that's fine because it's not for you. It's for me because I have mental problems.
What you got, Jeff? Anything for us?
Alex wants to know what kind of computer, what you're using up there.
Oh, yeah, that's a really good
This is a Boss
question.
RC505 loop station, and essentially everything on here is a track, isolated. So you have your isolated, and you can, since it's a loop station, you can beef up the track. So it's not just one thing on the track. This is like 3 things on a track. This is just the bass. This here is my pitch shifted vocals.
Dad slept on the couch.
This here is the drum loop that I made. And then there's also like a backing drum. So you combine them together. and then you got like kind of it's not the best. It's not like super studio quality because what I'm doing is I got a MIDI set up and I'm just programming it on the fly. Like I made this up in 15 minutes.
Dead slip on the cap, left dead slip on the cap.
But when you put it all together, it sounds kind of cool.
Didn't want to get that surgery.
What else you got, Jeff? Anything?
Yeah, Eric has a real question. He says, a lot of pitch shifter. What's up? Using a lot of pitch shifter?
Yeah.
What's up?
Okay.
So I pitch shift my voice, and
I can pitch shift my voice, and I can do it.
live I can just.
So I can be like, yeah, I am a pitch shifter.
Wow, wow, wow! And then, oh, yeah.
I've been a proponent for a really long time of this here whammy, so I'm always pitch shifting my guitar with using this device. I just like how it sounds. It sounds weird. Yeah, so that's the answer to that. Popularized by Tom Morello.
And then you've got a pedal from our buddies at Wonder down there too.
Yeah, this is a Heck Boy, and I don't use the red setting because that's just too crazy, but this is great for like a really meaty, just skronky, I don't even know what, I mean, it's just, what the fuck, dude? I've been using that a lot more lately just because it's so dirty and disgusting. It's good. HX Stomp because it's just way easier to go directly into a soundboard doing what I do than bringing an amp and trying to have it all mixed well. So. You can't tell if it's an amp or a modeler. You can't tell. I saw Steve Stevens from Billy Idol.
Yeah.
He was doing a Q&A in a guitar store or whatever, and some guy's like, why are you using a modeler? He's like, dude, I'm doing 3 of these this week, and I'm flying to each of them. He said, I'm not going to fly my entire Marshall full stack. He's like, when I do amphitheater gigs with Billy Idol, I use my full stack. Because
I can.
Because that's
absolutely.
But that's the thing is, I'm not choosing one or the other. I wish I had my rad stack that I could bring everywhere. But you know, I'm loading all this crap in by myself.
Yeah.
I'm traveling light, dude.
Yeah.
And because I did it for 20 years, carrying that 4x12 upstairs, down basement stairs. You know, I have like legitimate disc issues in my lower back. I'm just taking it easy and, you know, having a good time. Yeah. Can I do it? Can I do a track?
I want you to. I want you to take us out and then
this is a more guitar based.
Shit, yeah. Let's do it.
I'm gonna do this song. This is an instrumental track, and this is yeah. I do all types of stuff. More pitch shifting for you, Eric. I just like it. Yeah. It's like you're flying. I'm flying. Tell me when we're not live. Are we still going?
Oh yeah.
So at a club with a good system, it just sounds fresh. It doesn't like It's fun though. I miss it. You can't have everything in life.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great